This is one robot vacuum that I've been genuinely excited to review this year. It's packed with a long list of features, but the real star of the show is its incredibly impressive mopping system. My name is Jamie Andrews, and this is the latest from Narwal, the Flow. Taking a quick look, it might seem similar to the Freo X Ultra I reviewed last year, but Narwal has made some key upgrades. The biggest one is that mopping system. Instead of spinning mop pads, the Flow uses this unique belt-style roller mop. It has its own internal water tank that dispenses warm water directly onto the roller from 16 different nozzles. And then a built-in scraper immediately extracts the dirty water into a second onboard water tank, which is sealed and totally maintenance-free. The mop also extends outward for better edge cleaning, and it can lift a full 12 millimeters to stay clear of carpets. There are several advantages to having a roller mop over a traditional spinning or vibrating mopping pad, with the first being that it constantly self-cleans the roller by applying fresh water and then squeezing out dirty water and debris. Now, this also leads to the second advantage. It can pick up anything the vacuum misses, which is important for heavily soiled areas. Another big departure from the norm is with the navigation system. The Flow still uses LiDAR to navigate, but Narwal moved the sensor to the very back of the robot. It's a change that gives it much better clearance under low-lying furniture. Narwal also gave the Flow the ability to cross thresholds up to 4 centimeters high, and it has a new mechanical side brush that can reach deep into the corners without the added complexity of a swing-out arm. And to power all this, they've packed in a large 6400 milliamp battery for an advertised 190 minutes of runtime. Alright, let's put the Flow through some of my standard tests. It's worth noting that I always run each of my tests a minimum of 2 times for consistency, and I go with the best results. Up first is the carpet pickup test. I scattered 54 grams of colored rice on medium pile carpet, and with the vacuum set to its highest mode, the Flow was able to pick up 52 grams or 96%. Next up is the hard floor vacuum test, where I use 130 grams of cat litter on my tile floor, and once again set the vacuum motor to the highest setting. Now the Freo Z really struggled with this test for some reason, and I could never figure out why, and unfortunately the Flow here is no different. It only picked up 116 grams or 89%, putting it slightly below the channel average of 91%. Moving on to the mopping test, I apply 4 milliliters of hot sauce to my tile floor and use a heat gun to bake it on. Narwal has always excelled at this test, and the Flow is no exception here. It successfully cleared 100% of the hot sauce on its second pass. Before I moved on to the second mopping test, I wanted to see how well the dock could clean that dirty roller. The Flow did not disappoint. It was able to get the roller completely clean in just one cleaning cycle. That's very impressive. Equally impressive is the object avoidance system. It's the same one found on the Freo Z using 2 RGB cameras up front that Narwal calls Twin Dodge AI. Narwal really set a new benchmark with this system. By combining a wide field of view with smart AI, it was able to successfully ace my first object avoidance test. In my second test, I added this year, it consists of 2 samples of fake pet waste and a USB cord dangling from the couch. This was no problem for the Narwal Flow. However, the Flow did not pass my black rug test. Like many robots, its cliff sensors mistake the dark surface for a drop-off, causing it to abruptly halt and avoid the area.
The robot is suspended in the air. Please restart it in an open space.
Now let's talk about the corner cleaning and that unique side brush. The design is actually quite simple. Instead of a complex swing-out arm, the Flow just reverses the brush's rotation, which causes it to hinge out for a longer reach. As for the swing-out mop, it was able to detect my quarter-round moldings and not ride up on them, which is a huge plus. After all of my testing, I found the anti-tangle brushes worked exactly as expected and never had long hair wrapped around them. Finally, there's the threshold test. The Flow is advertised to cross 4cm thresholds thanks to its lifting wheel system. Interestingly, it decided not to attempt the single 3.6cm threshold in my test, but when I set it up as a multi-level stepped threshold, it was able to cross it just fine, and the first step is about 1.6 centimeters. Okay, now let's take a closer look at the dock and run some tests. First thing to note, the Flow doesn't have an automatic detergent dispenser. Instead, Narwal includes a small bottle of cleaning solution that you manually add to the clean water tank in the dock. Another big change is how the mop gets cleaned. Unlike most docks, this one doesn't actually wash the roller itself. Instead, the dock's main job is to fill the robot's internal water tank with warm water, and then the robot uses that water to perform a self-cleaning cycle on its own, and then it dumps its internal dirty water tank into the dock sink for draining into the dirty water tank in the dock. As we saw earlier, this method works incredibly well. When the robot left the dock, my thermal camera showed the mopping pad was about 98 degrees Fahrenheit. The camera also showed the 2 internal water tanks at the back of the robot. As for drying the mopping pads, I found them and the dock tray were always completely dry after a cleaning cycle. During the drying process, I measured an impressive temperature of 146 degrees Fahrenheit. And finally, I tested the dock's ability to empty a full dustbin, and unsurprisingly, the results were very impressive. Well, that concludes my testing, so let's talk about some things that I did not like about the Flow, first starting with the navigation. It's noticeably worse than robots with a top-mounted LiDAR. In smaller, more complex areas, the robot spins around a lot and is overall way less efficient, often not going in straight lines. While this doesn't impact its cleaning performance, it's a clear area for improvement. Second is the timing of the swing-out mop. Sometimes it's delayed coming out and other times it's delayed going in, which can cause it to impact furniture, and while it does have a soft felt pad on the bottom, the rest of it is hard plastic. Narwal has released firmware updates that have greatly improved this action, and I am hopeful that they will continue to refine it. I'm a big fan of the less complex side brush design, but its function also has a downside. Since it has to spin in reverse to transform, it can fling debris to the side of the robot instead of in the vacuum's path. Additionally, Narwal has disabled the side brush completely on carpet, with no option to enable it in the app. And one last final small con is it does appear you may have to replace the mopping pad more often due to extra wear from the self-cleaning and really just the overall design of the system. Now let's talk about what I really like about the Flow. I think the mopping system is overall a large success. It cleans my floors better than robots with traditional spinning pads or vibrating pads, and it requires hardly any maintenance. Its precise water control and maintenance-free internal water tank makes it a clear favorite over the Eufy S1. And another benefit of the system is it never leaves streaks, even in my cat litter room, where other mops consistently struggle. The contents of the dirty water tank are proof that the Flow is genuinely cleaning my floors and not just dragging dirt around. The Flow's object avoidance is simply better than the competition, and the Freo Mind AI is the most effective automated cleaning system that I've used, and it's the only one that I continue to regularly use outside of my testing. Okay, in conclusion, the Narwal Flow is an innovative and impressive robot vacuum. Its mopping system sets a new benchmark for home cleaning, and unlike other roller mops like those found on some Eufy and Ecovacs models, the Flow's belt-style pad is more effective due to its larger contact area, leading to a deeper clean. Narwal has consistently pushed the boundaries of innovation and design, and they've done it once again with the Flow. While other companies often copy and slightly improve upon each other's designs, Narwal takes a unique approach. This is evident in the Flow's hardware, which feels incredibly solid, and it looks more refined than many other robots on the market. For now, if I had to choose just one robot to clean my home, it would be the Narwal Flow. It is simply that good. Now you can find links to purchase the Narwal Flow in the description below. Clicking those links goes a long way to help support this channel and my efforts. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel before you go. I really would appreciate it. And until next time, take care.